You can finally buy a car completely online. Runkeeper gets bought by a sneaker brand. Dr. Dre might be starring in an Apple exclusive series, and more. It's Friday, February 12th, and this is Crunch Report, presented by Toyota. Hey everybody. Woo, I just got done hiking up to the top of the Hollywood sign. Boy, is it warm out here today in LA. All right, let's get into some news. YouTube announced today that it's buying BandPage, which is a startup that helps artists show off and sell concert tickets and merchandise and exclusive fan experiences. Now, a source familiar with what BandPage shareholders were sent about the terms of the deal tells TechCrunch that the acquisition price was $8 million. Now, only preferred stock will be converted into cash, and common stock will be canceled with no payment, says the source. Now, $8 million is much less than the $27.6 million in funding that BandPage raised, so this deal is looking a bit like a fire sale. YouTube isn't commenting for the record. BandPage was founded in 2009, started as an app that let musicians create a special music tab on their Facebook page. Remember those? Then Facebook shut down these page apps in 2012, and BandPage lost 90% of its traffic in 3 short months. It went from 32 million monthly users and being the second most popular Facebook developer after Zynga to just a few million users. So, BandPage created a platform that artists could update with their tour dates and t-shirts and have them appear on Spotify and SoundCloud, also Facebook, Twitter, Shazam, Rhapsody, all sorts of places, as well as Google and YouTube. Now, YouTube recently launched its ad-free Red subscription service and dedicated music app. So, if it can use BandPage's tools to lure in artists, they might be more likely to promote their YouTube presence and give it early or exclusive content. That could push consumers to subscribe to YouTube Red for $9.99 and then get all of YouTube ad-free. You know what the worst thing ever is? Going to a car dealership on your day off and spending hours in a standoff with a surly salesperson who wants to overcharge you. I've done this plenty of times. It really is the pits. Maybe not the worst thing ever, but it's got to be up there. So why can't you just buy a car online? And I mean really buy a car online, not just say what you want and put your car together and then get transferred to your nearest car dealer to complete the deal. A new service called Drive Motors changes all this. You actually pick a car you like, and then Drive lets you configure all the options and set up a financing plan and pay the dealer right from the site. You do it all from the site. You still have to go to the car lot and pick up your new car and get your keys, but all the paperwork is done by then. As TechCrunch's Josh Constein puts it, Drive brings the Tesla buying experience to every other car brand. The company is part of this season's Y Combinator batch and has raised a $1.5 million seed round and is already almost profitable because of its flat $695 per month licensing fee that it charges dealerships. Now, if you are a haggler at heart, don't worry. You might still prefer the dealership experience in order to get the absolute lowest price, and some people really do like that. But Drive is betting that most people will pay a fair price to bypass that altogether. Google finally taken Picasa out behind the shed, which means it's killing it. The company announced this morning that it will no longer support the Picasa desktop application as of March 16, 2016, and will be archiving Picasa web albums data at some point in the future as well. Now, Google will point all Picasa users to Google Photos instead, but in a statement about the sunsetting today, the company emphasized that it's invested tons of time making sure it makes the transition as painless as possible for Picasa users. That's a nice touch. Now, if you use the Picasa desktop app, it won't just stop working on March 16th, but the software will no longer receive updates, so it's probably time to find another solution. Fitness startups getting acquired it's the new black. The latest in this trend is Runkeeper, which announced today that it's being purchased by Asics Corporation. Japan-based Asics makes running shoes and clothing, you might own some, but also has its own training apps for runners. The combined companies plan to work on physical products with digital fitness tracking features, probably like Nike competitors. You Runkeeper app fans can breathe easy, for now anyway, because the standalone app will continue to exist, and Runkeeper says, from the end user standpoint, not much will change. I've heard that before. In honor of our Crunch Report here from Hollywood today, which incidentally is not far away from Compton, I have some Dr. Dre news. The Beats co-founder and Apple executive will be producing and starring in his own 6-show original series called Vital Signs, which is rumored to be distributed via Apple Music. This is all according to The Hollywood Reporter. Now, Variety reported last year that Apple did want to get into the original content game, and that the effort was being led by Eddie Q, who manages Apple Music and iTunes. Q recently had some developer relations duties moved over to Senior VP Phil Schiller, and maybe part of that was to make time for Dr. J. And that is the report for today from Hollywood, California, in our AOL office down here. I'm Sarah Lane. Hope you guys had a nice week. Crunch Report airs every weekday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific on TechCrunch.com. You can find us on iTunes and on YouTube as well. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday.